Hey guys, Mike here from Sales Service. So I thought I'd do a little bit of quick training on how we're building squeeze pages. This is part of a larger series on how we're going to build marketing funnels with Beaver Builder. As you can see here, the 5 basic steps we've got are our squeeze page, our thank you page, our delivery page, the content upgrade, so if we've got blog content going for an upgrade, and then a sales page. I'm just recording this here at the office, is why there's a little bit of background noise, but hopefully we can cancel that out. So step 1, the squeeze page. The first thing I've got here is my checklist. Now you guys can get access to this. I'll give you access to that in the link below. This checklist here basically goes over absolutely everything that I need to include on a squeeze page. Now a squeeze page is very basically a way that we can capture email addresses and lead data from people in exchange for a lead magnet. So we might give them a PDF or a download or a cheat sheet, ebooks, course access. There's all sorts of options we've got for this kind of stuff, but I wanted to go over how we're doing it with Beaver Builder. Now I've got my website here. It's something that we're working on just kind of in the background. It's a product, it's a t-shirt, it's a running t-shirt, and we've basically created a guide, a personal best running guide. As you can see here, run a PB on your next race. This is just in Canva. We've just whipped this up really quick. We have actually got the proper lead magnet being created, but I don't want to focus too much on that because I want to focus on the squeeze page, how we're creating the squeeze page. Now, in the good old days, we used to be able to send cold traffic straight to a squeeze page and just kind of get signups, but it doesn't really work like that anymore. However, squeeze pages are still a vital part of any kind of marketing automation and marketing funnel, because it is where we should be sending remarketing traffic and warm traffic to try and get them to sign up and re-engage with something that they've seen on our site. So this is, like I said, it's basically a t-shirt that has a special type of ink on it. This is something we're working on. The plugins we've got, really basic. This is just a really nice basic site. This is just using Beaver Builder. We've got WooCommerce to take payments, which I'll probably go into at another point later. However, the big thing we've got here is Ultimate Add-on for Beaver Builder. This is a massively useful plugin that we use. It's by Brainstorm Force. They have a ton of, if I go inside here, Ultimate Add-on for Beaver Builder, what they do is they give us a template cloud, which has loads of different landing pages, squeeze pages, product pages, I mean, like literally hundreds of them, and loads of sections as well, which are really useful because we can just drag and drop those in. Now, I'm going to be cheating a little bit, and I'll probably be using a few of the sections. I won't be using a page, maybe if I want to go over some of the automation more. Now, the most important thing that we need is our copy. So if we come to this checklist here, we talk about the opt-in form. That's the actual way that they'll be able to sign up. The headline, so the thing that kind of gets their attention, we call that the blink test. So if you just opened your eyes all of a sudden after 5 seconds, what's the first thing you see? Spam notification is just a little thing we like to put on the opt-in form. What they actually get, so what are they actually getting if they sign up? A compelling reason to opt in, that's usually a subtitle that we put. What's the problem that we're solving? What's the promise to the reader? So what's the promise that we're going to make to someone who signs up? How they'll benefit from downloading this, how will their life be better? Make sure that we've got a couple of images, why this is important and why they need it now. So why is this timely? We're going to remove the top menu, and we're going to have a redirect to a thank you page. And this is our copy here. As you can see, it's actually, there's not a huge amount here, which is absolutely fine for our squeeze page. You can make your squeeze page as long or as short as you need to be, but this is the fundamental basics of the copy. And remember, you can get access to this below. We've got access to this. And this is basically how to run a personal best next race, how to run a personal best time in your 5K, 10K or marathon race. So that's kind of the compelling reason to opt in. We then, these 5 bullet points here, these are what do they get bullet points. So they actually get a 5-step running plan to running a personal best. They get the key to preventing the injury while training. They get why you shouldn't run before your race. They get the secret behind new running trainers that shoe companies don't want you to know. And they get to understand how they can train less for fewer miles with better results. When we come back up here, the problem we're solving and the promise to reader. If you're serious about running, you want to see improvement in every race, but how do we run personal best times? Do you need new trainers? Is it your diet? This copy here is basically a promise and a problem. So we basically say, look, I'm going to show you, how we can do this. This here is the 3 benefit bullets. So how will their life actually be better? Not just what they get. This is what they're getting. This is like what they physically receive. This is what they'll consume. But this is actually what will be better in their life after they consume it and after they implement it. And finally, this is why it's important now. Why is this important? Why is this timely? And like I said, this here is the compelling reason to opt in. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to our Beaver Builder page. There's a little tab here that says Beaver Builder, but just before that I wanted to explain something. The template we've already selected is no header or footer. That's basically going to remove the standard header up here. As you can see, it would have a menu. We haven't quite finished designing this yet. And what I'm going to do here is basically hit the page builder, and we're going to go straight into launching a page builder inside Beaver Builder. There we go, and we should have a nice blank template here, and it should say, there we go. So we can now select, this is what I particularly like, the template cloud. This is where ultimate add-on for Beaver Builder. Now I've only selected a few of them. I've just said no, I only want a few of them. I don't want that many. Templates are fantastic. They work really, really well. However, I also find that people tend to choose the template first and then try and kind of squeeze the copy into it. And I'm guilty of that. I do that sometimes. But things like this multi-purpose one are pretty good, and we're just going to use that for an example. But what I'm actually going to be doing is building it kind of from scratch. On the right-hand side here, Beaver Builder has a ton of tutorials, and we have our extra little ultimate add-on for Beaver Builder. We also have our sections here. Now this is typically what I'm using more now. It's got like call to action, contact info, a subscribe form. Now what I've got here on our checklist, this to me is kind of in the order of importance as well. This to me is how you should be structuring your landing pages. So the first thing I want to make sure I have is my opt-in form. Now we use ActiveCampaign for our opt-ins. I'm not actually going to be connecting anything in this one because we don't have an ActiveCampaign account for this particular customer at the moment. What I am going to do is find the subscribe form here and just pop this over here. What I've done is I've selected an image here. This is by David Marceau. This is from Unsplash, by the way. If you don't know Unsplash, very, very cool site where you can get free stock images, and you just credit the authors however you want. It's not mandatory, but it is a nice thing to do. And what we'd like to do is use that same image in some of our background here. You can see these two guys running. We also use smarter mockups, so smart mockups, which basically gives us hundreds, over 412, as you can see, or 412 different types of things that we can just upload images for in different spaces, different ways. There's stationery, there's posters, there's flyers. So I've got the stationery one. I've just selected this here, and I've uploaded that image that I created in Canva and saved that. So that's some of the stuff that we're going to be using. So what I'm going to do here is come back to my, not that, here we are, and I'm going to upload the running image that we've got. Now that running image, I think I might need to, where are we? I might need to compress it because it's quite a big image. So I use a little thing here called File Minimizer. It basically just allows me to upload images to here, click Optimize. You can customize the settings, and it just compresses them down. As you can see here, that was 2 meg, and it's now just 339 kilobytes, which is still pretty big, but it's a nice high resolution, high def image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click and drag that image into my Beaver Builder. Where have we gone? There we go. So I'm just going to upload that there. Now again, I'd usually want to SEO this, so I'd want to put in my caption, I'd want to change the title of the image, put into alt text and description, but just for the sake of this one, I'm just going to upload that and select that photo and put that in there. And what we can do with Beaver Builder as well is we can have a background overlay color. So as you watch here, if I change this percentage, it gets lighter. And we can actually change this to any color that we want. We typically have a few saved presets. This is our color palette, which we actually have selected from coolers.co. Very, very cool site if you don't know that. So I'm going to come back to our page here. I'm going to change that back to 70. Click save. And there we go. So we've got this nice image here of the people running in the background. And now I'm going to come in to my copy. This is why it's so important to go through the copy first. And I'm just going to copy and paste. This is why I love this so much, because it just saves so much time. And there's nothing wrong with repetition as well. Like where it says here, sign up for a free ebook, encourage them to download, you know, catchy prefix, attractive heading. We're probably going to use some of the same content in these, you know. So I'm going to put this here, copy that. And then I'm going to take, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, in this little bit here, this little box, this little description box to the left of the opt-in form, I'm going to take this little bit of copy here. So this is kind of our promise and problem section. I'm just going to upload that like that. And I'm going to save it. And already that's looking pretty good. I'm going to say here that we've actually can say sign up for our free ebook. Personally, I don't like it. Now, like I said, we would actually connect this through to our active campaign, but we're not going to be doing that for this one because this is just kind of a dummy run. I'm going to say sign up for your free 5-step guide, and the subheading we're going to use the same thing again. We're going to use run a personal best next race. And we can go through this. Now, the most important piece is the subscribe button. If I click start button, here we are. Get the book is pretty good. Get the ebook, but obviously we're not offering an ebook. Whatever you do, do not have submit or sign up, because it tends to reduce conversion rates. People tend not to be interested in it after they've seen that it's like there's a sign up. You know, submit is just not a word that people associate with. It's not something that they want to do. Whereas if I say get the guide or get access or use your guide, you know, that's something that they're going to be more interested in doing. I'm going to hit save there. Interesting that that's now turned black. So I wonder if we can change this back to style. There we go. So we've now got our opt-in form. That's the most important piece. If we go through our checklist, we've still got the bullet points here, some bullet points, and another why this is timely or important. So if we come back to our actual checklist, the thank you page redirect, that's actually probably one of the most important pieces. I think it's at the end because it's kind of the last thing that you can do. What I'm going to do is come down here. I'm going to click on sections, and I'm going to hit a piece about content here. And I'm going to find something that's got a few bullet points and something that allows me to show off, you know, an image of some sort. Actually, that's not too bad. Or the one up here. Let's go ahead and select. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this one here. This nice white image. And I'm going to change it for one that we've created, and I'm also going to edit this here so it's not 4 individual boxes. So, actually no, I'm not going to have that one. It's sections. I want something with, where was that one with the, yeah, here we go, this will do. So what I can do is place this here. Now there's some quite clever stuff you can do with ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder, where you can have modal pop-ups. So this button here, no more, could actually bring a pop-up. And maybe we'll try that, maybe we'll do something like that, you know, just to make it easier. I'm going to select a photo, and I'm going to upload one that we created earlier. Where are we? 2017. YouTube. Beaver Builder. Here we go. As you can see here, we've got this is the image I created earlier in Smart Mockups, which I think is a fantastic tool. I'll link it down below. Again, I would fill these out and I would use the alt text. Now, the thing with alt text and SEO, it's keep it simple, keep it short, don't pad it, don't spam it out. Just think about what's the one real keyword that you want people to know about. And for me, it would just be, you know, personal best running guide, or run a personal best, or run a race personal best, something along those lines. And we'd repeat that through to make sure that that was evidently what we were trying to talk about here. Now, as you can see here, there we go, that should be aligned at the bottom. Looks like someone's using it, which is kind of cool. I'm happy with that. And I'm going to come over to this part of the copy here, and I'm going to hit where have we got here? So these are the 5 kind of bullet points that we've got. So we're going to change this copy a little bit. We're going to remove, actually we might keep the heading, and I'm going to input that here. There we go. I'm going to get rid of the link. Actually, yeah, I think I might go over that another time because it can get quite complex. I'm just going to remove that now. The general is I'm going to have R5 step guide to running a personal best. Okay, and I hit save there. There we go, nice and easy. I'm going to add another piece of content. So I'm going to add a section because remember we've still got this here, like why it's important, and we've actually got what they get. So I'm sure there'll be something here where we can have some nice little icons. Here we go. That's a good one. Let's move this here. And what I reckon this will have. Yeah, perfect. So that's what, this is a title, is it? A heading, even better. And I think we can add a description. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this here. So this is our why it's important, like why it's timely. I'm going to hit that in the description. There we go, that's not too bad. Run a personal best. I change the typography slightly. Actually, no, we'll keep it as default. That should be fine. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take our so what is it? Run a personal best time in your next race. Run injury free before, during, and after. So edit this list item. And the icon, I'm going to change that. Is there a time or is there a clock? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Nice little icon there. Let's hit save. Let's go back over to run injury free before, during, and after your race. Icon and image. So there's a I want it sort of a red cross. I actually think it's copyrighted, that. Let's have a look at a little heart, that'll do. Save. And finally, see improvement in every race and run. Now, like I said, the idea of this is that we're going to be driving warm traffic here. It's unlikely that cold traffic is going to opt in because, frankly, you haven't proven anything to them yet. You need to make sure that you're not just driving cold traffic to squeeze pages because they don't convert typically very, very well. Remarketing is there is a slight improvement, but there's a significant improvement. But yeah, I still think that squeeze pages are an important tool in your library of being able to help out your customers. See improvement in every race and run. Is there a... Here we go. Tachometer. Let's save that. Right, you haven't changed the text yet. Oh, yeah, good. Cool. And what we can do as well is copy this and just place it at the bottom as well. Where are we? There we go. Oh no, I copied it twice now. I'm going to fill this up with this module. So I'm going to drag this row down here, like that. What I am going to do, it's a bit bland having it kind of white and white, so I'm going to change this for a bit of colour. Background, let's have some colour. We have got our colour preset, which is part of our colour palette, which we use. Maybe is there a blue? There we go. Save that, and that means I just need to come back in here and edit the text here. Make sure that this is nice and viewable. So I'll turn this into white. Text color. Alright. So here we go. Save that. And yeah, sometimes I've noticed with this, it's not brilliant. If I enter a color, now this I think is an ultimate add-ons for Beaver Builder problem. I can only enter one color at a time, which is infuriating, but I think they are working. I have let them know about it. So let's change that to white. Cool. I think that's a bit better. And yeah, they can sign up again there, because we've copied that. Now this is the most important part, is you want to make sure that you are redirected to a thank you page. I'm going to go over how to build a thank you page at another time. But at any of your subscription forms, this is specifically for MailChimp, but they do have a generic subscription form, or maybe use Gravity Forms or something. What is important is you come down here and you click redirect, and you redirect them to a thank you page. Now we haven't actually built the thank you page yet, so don't worry about this too much. But I'm going to, for the time, put the hashtag. Usually we put the thank you page in here first and then work backwards, but I just kind of wanted to show the process that we're running through. So I'm going to hit save, done, publish changes, and now we have built successfully our squeeze page inside Beaver Builder. You guys can go and check this out. I'll try and keep this up for a time. That's the URL here. It won't sign up to anything, so don't enter your email address or anything, because it won't sign up. And yeah, that's pretty nice basic squeeze page. And also, of course, most importantly, is it's nice and responsive. So depending on people are viewing on their tablets or mobile phones, I think that looks pretty good for the time we've spent on it. Alright guys, let me know in the comments below if there's anything else you want me to train you on, or if there's anything else that you need help with. Ultimate add-on for Beaver Builder, I will link it below. I'm a big fan of those guys, as well as Beaver Builder in general. I think we can build some very sophisticated marketing funnels inside it with what I think is a very affordable and cheap plugin. Cheers guys.